Just fill the hole. That's the goal. Yeah. That's a lie. I actually I'm no professional. Some went nicer than others, you know, but you know. Ha! Hello, YouTubies. Thanks for choosing Mikey World today. This week, we get to work in the back of this thing and we get this floor wrapped up. Stay tuned, you gotta check out how we got here. We're back in the back this week. I wanna get this wrapped up, as far as I could get anyway. So, I gotta get my supports in for the back. So, what I'm doing is I'm taking this triangle that I cut out of the frame right there, and I'm gonna weld it in just like this one. Yep, just like that. And then after that, I'm gonna add a bar from somewheres in here to all the way to somewheres over there. Now it might be a little excessive, but I do want to tow with this car. I know it sounds weird. Like I don't need to tow a lot, but I would like to put a trailer and another hot rod on that trailer. So what? We need to at least be able to tow 8,000 to 10,000 pounds. So I need it strong. Then the next limiting factor we'll have is the Caprice frame strong enough? Sure, we're gonna test it. It had a V8 in it. It's got a V8 in it now. It'll be just fine. Alrighty, got the first set of triangles welded in all the way around. Here you are. And I started working on our next triangle. This one's in there, and it took a lot of back and forthies. You can tell because there's like a million little chunks of pieces that are cut to just try and make it fit right. Here's the next piece. I'm making it out of C-channel, and well, of course I was smart enough to take my piece before I welded it in and marked it on this one. So I should have the right angles to the dangles, at least close enough to weld. We'll tack this one in, probably fully weld it like we did the other one, and move on. And then, now that we'll have the triangles in, after this one's done, I can start thinking about putting supports for the bottom of this gas tank and closing it in, putting sheet metal in there, and getting this prettier, you know. Quit looking at the rear axle and the inside of the car. I got a couple small sheets of sheet metal. Hopefully it's enough to at least get around in here. Hopefully. Looks good. We got our bars welded in, man, and it looks good. We did some pretty decent welding. Over here's a little different story, but it's fine. Now my next thing is I want to get a bracket in here, something. And I don't know if I slice this off to get it to the receiver hitch, and then, or if I just stick a chunk of metal flat to it, weld top bottom, and then stick another flat chunk, weld the corner, and then just you know, go from there. Is it even necessary? Probably not. So I think what I might do is just take some flat strap and just do this little valley and call it. It's gonna be pretty darn secure. I went hog wild and I welded like seam after seam after seam after seam after seam this morning. Now I just have to do that on the bottom. And then we have the whole front. So I don't really think welding the back is necessary when you got top, bottom, and the whole front. So I don't know, let me know in the comments if you disagree. My next thing after that is also supports for some square tubing. You know, I figured just one here and then one here, that'd be fine. I thought about doing an X. I was like, that's just pointless. We'll just put one here, one here. We'll split it up. It'll be fine. It'll work. And then we can put some flat sheet metal on there. And that side, and that side, and that side. But I think I might start working on just putting sheet metal here. And here. And here. Because I still need to go get some flat strap. And all the welding I need to do on all this stuff from the top is done. It's good enough. I could just, now I need to get it up and do the bottom side of this one, that one, that one, that one. Also the receiver hitch, the triangles, no big deal. Do it all while I'm laying down there one day. I need to get a blankie though, so I don't set myself on fire. Sheet metal. And take some measurements. This piece can be about 10, sure. By 24, sure. Yeah, 24 is going to be edge to edge in that one. Woo, that's fine. Sliced it up, tacked it in, ground some welds off. Just because I'm worried, this is where the tank sits. I don't want my weldies to, you know, rub through the tank. I'm also going to use seam sealer on all these, you know, that way I don't have to fully weld it. And again, it might change in the future, so sure, this is good. It's got tacks all the way around. Where's it going? Nowhere. Right there. Now I gotta start thinking about some side pieces. These ones are gonna be a little funky because it's a little wider than it is down here, but it's still pretty straightforward. It's just a square. Quick and simple. Slice, dice, and tack it in. Here it is. We got one side and the other. It's actually starting to look like a box. My, holy cow, what am I doing? This stuff. Next thing, build my supports, but I need some metal. And then I can put the bottom in. So I think I can maybe start focusing on this side. Sure. This one's gonna be a more simple plan. I'm just gonna lay it right on top, tack it right over, seam seal it. I did bend a little edge for back behind this plastic, you know, so when I get the plastic out of the way, I can have something good still to weld to instead of just a, you know, corner. So that one's easy. Then this one I haven't fully thought out yet, but I'm pretty much gonna bring it at a diagonal and put a cap on it. Something. Just fill the hole. That's the goal. new day. Ran out of materials yesterday by the time it was dinner time. So it was a good time to stop. I did go to the Ace Hardware and I got me another tube. I sliced it and diced it this morning and I took some measurements. I figured split it. You know, I measured side to side. I had 25. I split it in 3. I got 8 and 8.3. So I went, you know, 8 1/4. It's close enough. The little one probably a little wider, but I'm not too worried about it. I do have them sitting on top right now, but they will be going on the bottom like this. Just got to tack them on there, and then we can get our bottom sheet in. Progress is happening, but it's slow. Yep. Got a couple more pieces. This one, pretty straightforward. I just added a couple bends. Then our little triangle piece here, pretty simple too. I put us a little bendy Rooney right there, give us some tack spots. It should be ready to tack in there. It's looking good. It's actually looks way better than I expected when it's just sitting there. I realized with this is I forgot my strap to connect those, so I can't put that floor piece in until I get that. Might have to go run and get one on lunch break. And then we got this side, which this side's going to be just as simple as this side. So flat strip, an angle, and a triangle. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. That's a lie. I actually gotta figure out how to get this fuel line through this one. Just drill a hole, put a rubber grommet. Nice thing, we're still moving forward. Taking a little longer than expected, but it's puzzle pieces. Yeah. Here we are. I got this side tacked in there. Really nice. I made us a nice little fuel line hole, man. Holy cow, it's so beautiful. Now all we need to do is put a little rubber grommet on there. I also made us the floor for the tank. I drilled us a couple holes for our center supports. Man, only thing left to do is tack it in and then goop up all the seams. And then we also got these holes to fill. These ones gonna be a little more trickery because of the belts. And I'm kind of thinking I might do it on the outside behind the bumper, because it kind of seems easier in my head, but I'm not sure. And then we'll just build little brackets from here just across to fill in that gap, and then do the same thing in this corner, do it on the outside. Who knows? I'm winging it here. I'm no professional. Just a guy having fun. I'm working on this piece here, and as I'm bending this, I was like, I probably ought to be recording a little. So what I'm doing is attack it where I want it to stay, right there. I'll come in and I'll bring my hammer. And if you don't get it close enough, I'll bring in my precision pointer and then smash it right where I want it. If that's good, I'll give that a tack, and I'll just keep working my way across each side here, and then eventually, boom, we'll have a little sealed part where we won't have daylight and we'll only have triangles to deal with. Heck yeah, sure. Worked that across. Some went nicer than others, you know, but you know, it's holding really good. It's fine. So I think my next thing here is to pop this bumper off. It's just sitting here, maybe. Aha! Now we have access to these corners. Not good access, but enough access to be able to put a sheet metal in there on both the sides. Yup. Yeah, we gotta fill those holes, little man. I'm gonna fill them up. There it is, the last piece is in there. I did have to put a little patch panel because, well, there was a big hole. And there was a pretty big one on this side. So I said, you know, I'll put one there too. Now it's goopable. All these seams, I'm fine with. So I'm gonna get the vacuum out. I'm gonna get all the dust and debris out of here right after I grind whatever nipples I need to off of this and that. You know, I double check, make sure I got nothing rubbing through my tank. Got it vacuumed out, clean. I'm gonna do the same thing I did in the transmission tunnel. This stuff, you know what I mean? I know it's not the right stuff, but it'll do for now. It'll be not too hard to get off later. I'm gonna start here at the bottom, work my way up. Smear it around. Get it everywhere. Yep, just like that. Everywhere. Got the seam sealer. Good. I'm happy with it. Yep. I even did these to make sure. You know, I'm sure I think that one kind of went through and wasn't holding all the way. And one of these ones. So I just did them all. Make it look good. I noticed I didn't tack that. I'll have to get that later. That side too, but no big deal. That's why I stopped my goop right there. I'm happy with it. Golly. My back is not so happy with it though, because working in the back of this car all weekend killed it. It's done. That means if this is done, that means we're done for the weekend. So I gotta say, I appreciate you for watching. check out another video. Comment what you thought about what we did. Like, subscribe would be even cooler. Thanks again for watching. Come back again. Laters.